So I'd like to dig into one more of these. The evaluator caught my attention. Many of our clients are academics, scientists, engineers, and they, of course, live in the details. That's what their job is. So for a lot of our clients who are communicators, they have a hard time communicating with those folks because they really do speak two very different languages, one general, one very technical. If you are an employee who has to serve a manager who is that evaluator type, how can you succeed?
Yeah. So first of all, you got to slow it down. Do not push them. Slow it down. You want to always, you got to raise your game a little bit in terms of the quality of what you are doing, which means dotting your I's, crossing your T's, really double checking facts and figures. When you communicate with them, you need to bring them data, real data, facts, not alternative facts, but real facts. Never say to an evaluator, I don't know, I just kind of feel like this is the way to go. Like that is not going to fly with an evaluator. Show your methodology, show your rationale, show your research. You're going to be prepared for a lot of questions. The evaluators are going to ask you a ton of questions. Do not take this personally. That's how evaluators create context, by wanting to know all the details. When they solve problems, they go to the past first. They want to know everything that came up to that before they go to the solution. Advancers don't care what happened. How are we going to fix it? Let's move forward. So make sure and also keep the emotion down. They are what I call no drama mamas in the workplace. Like they don't respond well to anything that has a hint of emotionality or a hint of passion. So slow it down, slow your roll, tamp it down, be calm, be collected, have the data, have the facts. Don't push them to make decisions too quickly. And by the way, just when you email them, they're the only ones that are going to read all the emails. So they like all the data. Just be prepared.
You're also making me think that an employee who successfully learns how to work with an evaluator may end up working for a different manager or boss, or even switching companies at some point, and that the tools they use to succeed with that person aren't going to be universal. So I guess there's something here about you're learning all of these things, but you have to remember the casts you put on yourself to manage a situation or a manager more effectively are not permanent. They're temporary, and you can't put them on as permanent shields.
Oh, I love that because you have lots of clients. So I don't have any bosses anymore, except that now I have hundreds of bosses because they're my clients. And you can once you get very adaptive with this, you can pretty quickly figure out where people are. So I know if I have an evaluator client, when I send them an agenda of here's what the presentation is going to look like, or here's what we're going to talk about in the workshop, they're going to not really pay attention to like the big picture, which I care about, but they're going to nitpick the internal facilitator agenda. And so I have to learn like they care about that stuff, as opposed to someone who's more of an energizer who just wants to know what's like the big passionate takeaway they're going to have. So you have to learn how to kind of shift how you're going to talk about what you're doing so they can actually hear you and they can feel like they're being attended to.
To mix metaphors here, I feel like what you're really advocating is on everybody's palettes, there's certain colors that they tend to paint from. Put some more colors on there. You may not use them all the time. They may not be the primary colors, but it's important to have them available to you when you need them.
Absolutely.
So let's shift now the perspective from that of the employee to that of the manager. What obligations do we as managers have? We're requesting that our employees manage us up, but what do we owe them?
Yeah. So, one of the reasons, by the way, that I wrote this book is that I don't think managers are very good at being managers. And there's actually hundreds of thousands of books, articles, TED Talks, websites on how to be better managers. But people for some reason, they're not really embracing it. So I really wanted this book to help people figure out how to deal with managers who aren't just very good at being managers. So a lot of times people don't believe me when I say what I really care about is what managers do. And managers really, your job as a manager, besides managing, the process of what's going to happen and getting out whatever service or product you're creating is to manage the human resources of your organization. They are your most important and most valuable resource of any organization. the manager's number one job, I believe, is to develop their people and make their people successful. So I believe great managers are the ones that learn to adapt the different styles and the different ways, the different strengths and weaknesses of their people. So if you really want to help your people be successful, I want you to actually have the conversation with them. Have a conversation about how to work with you, because I do think it's important that you are giving people the best opportunity to succeed with you that you can. So it's not just about making them adapt to you, but tell them who you are. Let them know that they can work well with you. Let them know what's working, what's not working. Be clear about your expectations. Be clear about what you want. Be clear about finding out what's important to them. What are their preferences, their priorities, their pet peeves? Have the conversation. Give people a roadmap. And managers, please look to adapt wherever you can. So with my team, I have all different kinds of personalities in my team. We talk about this stuff a lot. Well, we do it for a living, but we do have these conversations and we negotiate around it. So we'll start, for example, we'll have a team meeting and I'm like you, I'm like, let's just get to business. Let's get off. I got 10 more things to do, but my team wants to chit chat. So we'll say, okay, well, how long do you guys want to chit chat before we get to work? And
you need that to be quantified in order for you to feel good about it. And if you've agreed on a 5-minute chit chat conversation, then you could just put it on your task list and then you feel good. Okay, I accomplished the 5-minute conversation.
Exactly. And so that's what we do. And they're like, oh, we know at 10, I'll give you 5. We negotiate. Or I will say to them, do you want me just to listen to you, or do you want me to solve the problem, or do you want me to coach you? So I really think it's about developing a relationship with your people that is evolving, right? That's an evolving, adaptive relationship so that their needs are met, your needs are met, and of course the organization's needs are met.
Thanks for watching this video clip of the Speak Good podcast. If you'd like to hear the complete episode, please check out your favorite podcast directory and subscribe now. Thanks for watching.